Innovating Education Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.
Is doing sport in school just a matter of keeping fit, or are there more unexpected benefits? And what about the other way round? Is physical achievement enough, or do sports people also need a good education? We talked to Olympic champions Carl Lewis and Ian Thorpe and reports from Senegal and the USA. Carl Lewis and Ian Thorpe are sporting heroes to many young people. So what were their school days like? And what advice would they give to anyone dreaming of following their footsteps? Let's hear from them now.
I didn't like one of my English teachers at school in year 10. And I also didn't like how sometimes it's just so conformist. You have to do the same as every other student. So I used to try and find every way that I could complete like an assignment or something like this, like within the guidelines, but trying to answer it in my own way.
Oh, I had a great time. I went to high school, and fortunately for me, my mother taught at my high school, and my father taught at the rival high school. So my parents were both teachers and coaches, so we really had a family affair when it came to sports. So my friends were all there, and I still remember a lot of them. So I had a great time in doing sports, in athletics, and I played soccer for years, 6 years growing up. And so for my memories of school and sports they were great.
Whether you look at it as physical development or in practicing sport, in having more oxygen being delivered to your brain, being able to function better as a student. So I think sport's crucial, and it doesn't even have to be sport. It needs to be movement, kind of different exercises, playing even, that is really important to young children's development.
People ask me all the time, are you an athlete? And I say, well, you can either be an athlete or athletic. And so everyone can be athletic. So I think it's great to intertwine them, even if you're not the best athlete, because you learn lessons and teamwork and hard work and dedication, things that you may not learn in other areas. And that's why a lot of people in business love people that have been athletes, because they do learn those lessons. So I think we should intertwine them.
Have a charity that's called Fountain for Youth. We work in Indigenous health and education in remote communities in Australia. So some of these communities are arguably as poor as some of the countries that you associate with poverty, yet they exist in one of the wealthiest countries in the world, which I find inexcusable. We started out, when we went into some of the communities, the illiteracy rate was 93%. So we put in programs around health, education, with the community's assistance, and then those projects have expanded.
Yeah, my foundation focuses on sports and education, bringing those two together. Like I said, my parents were both teachers and coaches, and they believed in the importance of both, and I do as well, because I think those two together can be a powerful enhancement to anything that you want to do in life. Get your knowledge, read. Even if it's on your tablet, just read.
Surprisingly enough, sports lessons can tackle the problem of bullying and bad behavior in school, helping young people channel their aggression and anger into healthy competition. We look at a project in the USA which shows why playing games matters.
Fighting, teasing, bullying. 90% of disciplinary problems occur during recess or before and after lunchtime in the playground. One of the consequences is that principals often choose to cut back on this playtime and reduce the amount of physical activity for the pupils. In San Francisco, California, Fairmount Elementary School decided to do the opposite. For 7 years, recess and sports are part of the curriculum and culture, and Coach Amir is responsible for it. Every day between classes, at lunchtime and after school, Amir organises the playground and teaches his pupils how to play, to choose teams which are fair, respect rules and resolve conflicts.
If there's a fight, what we usually do is break it out by telling them calm down and all that stuff so they can calm down and, I don't know, play safely again.
The free time is not another physical education class. The pupils are not forced to play or be competitive. The coach doesn't keep the score. His role is to motivate them.
This is the indoor generation. You know, a lot of kids are indoors on the computer or on the video game, and so to make physical activity fun again, I think, you know, that's the goal. And that's all it is really offering the opportunity to play. Like, hey, if you want to sit down, that's okay, but here's another opportunity for you to have fun, meet new friends, get a little physically active, and so that's my job, is to to offer those opportunities.
The not-for-profit Playworks sends trained coaches to 360 schools in the US. The goal is to enable kids to get exercise and have fun in a peaceful playground. Jill Vielle founded the program because she believes the kids today aren't used to playing outside as they were before.
There are very few opportunities for them to play because they're going to school, they get to school very early, they may not have a recess break, they may not have physical education, they may not have an after-school program to participate in. We are definitely contributors to fighting physical inactivity.
Each school has to contribute between $25,000 and $30,000 a year for a full-time coach. With less time spent resolving conflicts from the playground and a better concentration in the classroom, principals who use Playworks say it is worth it, regaining an average of 20 hours of teaching time each year.
Achieving the impossible dream and becoming a sporting idol might seem enough of an ambition. But is that enough to guarantee a living? What about injury or early retirement? What happens then? We go to Senegal to see how one project prepares young African athletes.
Basketball is the key for a better future. That's the belief behind the Seeds Academy, based 70 kilometres from Dakar, the capital of Senegal. It is where teenagers come to practice their favourite sport and maybe their future career. This is the reason why there is no time for distractions in this academy. Sacrifice, rigour and discipline are the key values.
This is my last year here. I have to pass the final high school exams, and afterwards I dream of continuing my studies in the United States. That's my goal.
To achieve this ambitious goal, being late is not tolerated in the Seeds Academy. Ishmailia and his mates live strict scheduled days. The fitness, the studies and even the meals, everything is organised with the aim of getting optimum performance from the students to provide them with the best future in Senegal. Good academic results are also a requirement. The teenagers attend one of the best private schools in the country, with the prices around €600 a year.
They tell us not to disregard our studies because imagine one day you're playing basketball at a high level in the NBA, you play, earn a lot of money and suddenly, crack, your foot gets injured and you can't continue your basketball career. You should have a second option.
First of all, there's the teamwork and the discipline, and mutual respect too. There are many things that basketball or sport in general can show us.
In 10 years, 300 teenagers have passed through the academy and around 40 have managed to achieve their dream, studying and playing basketball in the United States. One of them, Mohamed Sayer Sene, plays in the NBA, the professional North American League. The majority of the rest of the students have graduated and continue to study or pursue a career in Asian or European leagues. They are results which fill the head coach with pride.
Here we teach and instill in them the values of a man. We develop men because we're not only dealing with basketball players, but with the men of tomorrow.
The Seeds Academy is a unique experience in the African continent. Financed by an American association, it is the realisation of a dream of the NBA Africa Vice President. Talent and motivation among the young has provided a rich promise for African basketball.
Well, that's it for this week. We look forward to receiving your sporting feedback on our social media pages. I hope you've enjoyed the program. goodbye from all the Learning World team.
Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.